Today I have a little yoga story for us about how yoga began. And what happened was, millions of years ago, there was some horrible things going on, some war and bad stuff, disturbing things. And a bunch of people, probably the monks and the high priests and spiritual people and regular people, got together and went out to the mountains to meditate and pray. So they wanted to get away from all the violence, take their bodies out of it so they could be in silence and pray and meditate and connect to divine intelligence, God, the universe, love. And they spent hours in meditation, clearing their energy field to connect with the divine source, to pray for miracles, to pray for love, to pray for light. And while they were sitting in this position for long periods of time, they then learned that they needed to move. They learned about their energy centers, their chakras, their auras, and that's when they developed the yoga poses. And that's the short story of it all. And one thing led to another, and these poses became more and more of a way to tune into your soul, to tune into the divine, to help our own body, mind, and spirit grow as humans, and then extend it to the collective energy. So this might sound a little nutty, but I just want to say we are all energy. Everything is energy. And the definition of yoga, first of all, just means to connect the body, mind, and spirit, which means to be present. Because as humans, our minds are always in the past and the future, and that causes anxiety. And when we bring our mind into the present, we can focus, and we could say, okay, maybe you're watching the news and you're seeing horrible things, but then you can turn off the news. Not that it's not true what's going on, and I'm not saying to bury your head in the sand, but you could, let's say you turn it off, and then you could sit down, say, okay, well, right here, right now, I'm okay. I got my hands, I got my feet, I got my body, I got my mind. All right, so I'm okay. And when you come to the present moment, it calms that anxiety. And we as humans are much more powerful than we realize. You know, every day we all turn on our computers and our iPads and our iPhones, and we don't even think twice about what a miracle is that works. Right now, I'm making this video, and I'm going to put it on YouTube, and the whole world is going to see it. So that's pretty powerful. And we seem to not question how that works. And yet we seem to not realize our own power and our own thoughts. And our body hears everything our mind says. And we can project. We can project loving energy to ourselves and out to the world. So that's why you want to distance yourself from speaking about violence and speaking about horrible things. Come to a place that's safe and calm. Focus on love. Focus on light. Focus on connecting to that divine source light. Send the light out. You don't even have to send it out. Once each person gets back in touch with their own soul, which is only love, everybody being love, everybody beaming love, ends up to be peace in the world. So if only we have faith and believe that we are divine light, divine source, we're connected to that divine love, and focus more on that, and we can get more of that. And I know that sounds very simple, and of course we practice meditation and we practice yoga to make all this happen. And of course it's very involved, and of course it doesn't happen overnight. And when we practice yoga on the mat and we learn yoga theory and we start to bring it into our lives little by little, we practice, and little by little we have more peace. So it doesn't mean to not pay attention to what's going on, but when we get centered and connect to the divine light, it helps us to have divine inspiration to even know what to do to help, to first feel better ourselves and then know what to do to help. And I love the phrase that says in yoga, when we practice the poses, we ground ourselves into the earth and we reach our crown to the sky. We're constantly reaching our crown to the divine light and grounding our feet into the earth and finding balance between making things happen here on earth and allowing things to happen by having faith in the divine source energy, divine power. So that's basically my yoga story, and I do plan to come on here more and do meditations and yoga practice with you. So hopefully you'll join me, and by practicing you'll have a better understanding of what I'm saying. But I thought I would just start with the yoga story. And yoga is really not about doing headstands. It's about being present, breathing, connecting to your soul, connecting to divine. Everything is wonderful in the present moment. Anxiety comes when we worry, when we take our mind to what if this happens, what if that happens. But when you're in the present, you connect to love, you have a peaceful feeling, and that peaceful feeling guides you to the right intentions and the right actions. So I hope you may have thought this was a little interesting, maybe some food for thought, and thank you. The light in me honors the light in you all. Namaste.